Supervisor Mr. Sito, Principal Ms. Watt, distinguished guests, teachers, parents, and students. Before I say anything, I must say that next time I'll cut my introduction shorter so that you don't have to say too much. I would like to thank Professor Watt for inviting me here to share the sense of joy and achievement on this very happy occasion. Congratulations to all the students, parents, and teachers. Upholding the school motto of wisdom, truth, virtue, and love to all, SALEM-Immanuel Lutheran College seeks to provide a healthy environment for students to develop their potential so that they can excel intellectually, physically, socially, and spiritually, and prepare themselves for the challenges in life. You are very, very lucky to be students of this school. Taking part in this ceremony reminds me of my own secondary school days some 40 years ago. I made many friends, and many of us became lifelong friends. A good part of our friendship actually developed through participating in extracurricular activities and preparing for public exams together. That relationship is unique. So, treasure your friendship and stay connected with each other. 40 years on, I hope that the important culture in all good schools, like the one I just described, has not changed. However, I know many things have changed, and we must adapt to these changes. For example, about 10 years ago, there was a survey conducted in a university in the US. It was designed to find out how students spend their time in a typical day. So the students were asked to indicate the amount of time they allocate to various activities, including sleeping, watching television, listening to music, surfing on the internet, using their mobile phones, attending classes, eating, working, and studying, and so on. You can imagine the results were very interesting and revealing. Just for today, I'd just like to say one result, which is that when I added up all the time allocated to the activities in a day in a US survey, it came to 29 hours. So clearly the students were doing various things at the same time, so they were eating, surfing on the net, watching television, and listening to music, all at the same time. So they were multitasking, and most of the time, they're online. So one thing is clear, we live in a digital age. The vast amount of information that is available, particularly online, is one issue that we should be concerned about. There are many examples to demonstrate that much of the information on the internet or in the public domain, and many of our common beliefs are simply not true. Let me give you one example which is related to my own research, which is this. Very often we hear experts on the television news or a newspaper say that one of the catastrophic consequences of global warming is a rise in sea level, right? Caused by melting of glaciers and ice sheets. That is our common belief. However, recent reports suggest that the thermal expansion of seawater actually accounts for 70 to 75% of rise in sea level. Of course, there's still a lot of work to be done, but thermal expansion is clearly an important, if not the most important, contributor to rising sea levels. It is therefore important that we make sure that the information that we obtain and use is comprehensive and accurate. But even if the information is accurate, we still have the challenge of interpreting the information appropriately. I believe the way to achieve this is to examine the facts with open mind and consider objectively both sides of an argument. Now, this sounds logical and simple. But many of the problems that we face today stem from us adopting a different approach. We tend to formulate a conclusion first, then look for evidence to substantiate our beliefs. We know that in today's information era, you can always find what you call evidence to substantiate your belief, even though it might be unbelievable, illogical, or simply wrong. I say perhaps a good education will help us make sound judgments and good decisions. Another message I have for the graduating class is that if you work hard and pursue your dreams, you will succeed. I know many people have said that statement. I repeat it here because it is true. Of course, I understand that not all of us can be rich, famous, and successful. But every one of us can be happy, contented, and live a meaningful life. Why? The reason is, whether we are rich, famous, or successful is a judgment to be made by other people. Whether we are happy, contented, or whether we live a meaningful life is a judgment we make for ourselves. At this point, I would like to say something about Hong Kong Metropolitan University. This is the university that I'm working in at the moment. In the late 1980s, Hong Kong government established our predecessor, the Open Learning Institute, to offer flexible, open, high-quality education for Hong Kong adults who had left school to join the workforce. This was achieved mainly through distance learning mode. Because of this flexible and effective mode of delivery, the Open Learning Institute, later became the Open University of Hong Kong, was able to provide prisoners, for example, with an opportunity to receive university education. Over the years, more than 1,000 inmates have enrolled in our programs, and currently, we have around 250 inmate students. Today, our institution is a modern, comprehensive university. We offer bachelor's, master's, Doctor of Philosophy, PhD programs. We have about 11,000 full-time students, about 8,000 part-time students. In summer last year, the Open University of Hong Kong was retitled Hong Kong Metropolitan University. The change of university title has not changed our commitment to offering innovative, affordable, high-quality education to all members of our community. That is a role I'm very proud of. Indeed, if we can bring happiness and a sense of satisfaction and help others to live a meaningful life, we will have reached another level. It will also bring more meaning to our own lives. On a final note, I would like to congratulate all the graduating students, your parents and family members who have supported you all the way, and your teachers who have helped you throughout this journey. So, thank you very much. Best wishes to you all.